Welcome back into Momentous Struggles coverage from Adepticon 2024. This is round one of the premier Showdown event with Logan versus Chris. Logan is on Luminara and Bane, with Chris on General Grievous and Lord Maul. The Logan full list is Luminara and Dooley, Jango, Fett, Clone Commandos, Bane, Aurra and the Bounty Hunters versus Chris, who is running General Grievous with Kalani, MagnaGuards, and Lord Maul with Savage, Opress, and B2s. Let's go ahead and jump into the action live. So here we go. They have all of the objectives lit up. And we are off to the races here. I am excited to see what we get. We'll go ahead and go to the normal table cam here, and we might have to shift back and forth depending on how this is going to end up playing out. We got the handshake. Ooh. And we have the Commando. So let's go ahead and see what we get.
I am really excited. I know both games that I watched yesterday, and especially the second one, early on, Shatterpoint cars, both sides, both struggles.
Yes.
And it was really interesting to see, they just went with it.
Yeah, I mean, so in order to not utilize that Shatterpoint, you have to utilize some force. And that's such a finite resource that you really want to be careful with that. You don't want to be, you might just have to be like, you know what, I don't want to waste the force, I need to use it, especially depending on what you're playing. If you're playing the clones, a very clone heavy list, you might be using a lot of force, especially if somebody is wounded. So
yeah.
So let's see what he is doing here.
I know that's something that you and I had talked about a little bit in the game that you and I commentated, where you kind of have to be a little conservative with your force spending so you don't run out, but at the same time, and that I think is even more challenging as a team event too. If you are someone who plays more conservatively with your force, but your teammate doesn't, that's a conflict of play styles.
Exactly. It's sometimes people might just be like, I just want to use it. I just want to use it.
Just use it. I've got it. Let's use it.
Yeah. So I believe that was just a defensive maneuver there. All right. And now the move action.
I love how much the terrain is another character in this game. I love how interactive and how drastically it can change the tide of a game or just someone's play style depending on where you're orientated on it. It's really awesome.
Yeah, I mean, and especially certain abilities, in order to climb, you have to have a full movement in order to do that. Right? And then they're going to go ahead and take cover. So, but you have to have a full movement to do that, unless somebody has a special ability like the Commandos do, where they can do what's called scale, and that allows them to just move up without having to do with any movement. They can just automatically go up that elevation. So it's interesting how you can utilize different abilities. Some people might have a jump, which allows you to jump to any elevation as well. So depending on the different abilities that they have, allows you to move up to elevations and everything along those lines. So starts with General Grievous, which of course is way too early. Probably wants to make sure that goes to a separate area, not in his discard pile for that, because he is going to go ahead and reserve it. He picks Kalani. I just don't want to get that confused there.
Right.
So he thinks all of a sudden he just doesn't get to play that card or something along those lines. So it does get Kalani, and Kalani is a great turn one play here. So what Kalani does, any droid within range 4, any supporting droid unit within range 4 is able to dash forward. So there's that small movement. So he moves all the droids forward, which is just that ability to just move everybody when it's not their turn. Even that we'll say half movement, that short movement, that dash ability is very big.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you're looking to secure these objectives. I still can't. You get what I'm trying to say.
When you can secure the objectives.
Yes, that's it. So movement can be really important, and especially moving out of turn. Love that. Love to see that as a feature in a game.
I mean, turn one Grievous, you just don't want to use turn one Grievous. You just don't see it that often, because turn one, yes, he can get really far forward and he can put those shots in, But I really like to have him where he can sit there and get all the way forward and be able to wound somebody that's on that midline so that you can really take advantage of getting a wound, flipping the point.
Yep.
So it's I mean, granted, he could have done that here as well, though. He could have done his full movement, done his scuttle, got within range of those Republic Commandos, and done a melee attack into him. But ultimately, I still think Kalani is the better turn one play anyway.
I do kind of like the idea of just sending Grievous out turn one. I feel like that tactically it might not be in your best interest all the time, but I feel like mentally to your opponent, I feel like that just sends a message.
Yeah, like I'm here to do some damage.
Yes.
Yep. So basically, Kalani just climbs, takes cover, is going to sit in the back, and that's really what you want Kalani to do. He's not a forward droid. I mean, the other super tactical droid, Kraken, can get a little bit more into the fight, a little more beady and stuff like that. All right, scoring 2 points.
All right.
Moving that struggle tracker as well, and yep, here we go. Next one, Cad Bane.
All right.
Gonna go ahead and figure out here. Again, that camera angle is off a little bit. We have to let me fix that one as well. I am sorry for it, guys. There we go, fixing that for you. See that a little bit better. Yeah, so I mean, we do have a little bit of glare on the other side, so not much we can. I'll try and fix that a little bit later. I don't know there's much we can do about that, unfortunately. So, like I said, just kind of call that out to you. But yep, he is going to use CAD here as well.
Yes, the binder. I love this.
Makes life a little bit easier to be able to see everything that's going on here. So CAD basically has a couple of different abilities that he can use here. He can rocket boots if he wants to start moving a little bit forward. Let's see if we can get a better angle of CAD, because he is on the other side of the table from that camera. Sounds like he's just moving, doing some move actions, taking cover.
Okay.
And he's going to score his 3 points. Moves that back to his side of the board there. So right now, what he's probably wanting to do here, so Lord Maul is a great pull here. So Lord Maul is a great pull.
Okay. Ooh.
Not sure again, but Lord Maul's a great pull, but at the same time, it's trying to debate whether it's the right time to play.
Right.
He doesn't have a target that's super close.
Yeah, his facial expression, he doesn't seem super pleased at this pull. Doesn't love it.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, he's going to have to go with it because he does have Grievous already in reserve. So he's going to go and start off and do what he needs to do with Maul. So again, Maul has that crazy ability where he is able to take damage to sit there and do instead of utilizing force. So he's going to sit there. Looks like he's taking 1 damage to force speed, which means he gets his full advance.
Okay. So if he decided he didn't want to use Maul and he would take Grievous out of reserve, could he take Grievous out of reserve to use and put Maul in reserve?
No. Once you make that decision to not use you have to decide whether you're going to use the card in reserve first before you pull.
Okay.
So you can't flip flop them or anything like that. But again, Maul can get 2 full advances here, so he is going to do that.
Quite a bit of movement. Wow, look at him go.
Yep. So that was just the one ability. He still has his 2 actions left at this point in time. Looks like he's lining up for another move action. All right. So does go ahead and advance there. And went ahead and takes cover, puts that hunker token on there. We'll get that point, which is nice.
Sorry, Beef Dragon.
Yeah, that was something that I had noticed as well. He could have potentially got him on that 4th point. I mean, But again, you don't want CAD to be engaged, and I think putting him on the center line, because that is going to sit there and cause some issues there. Because once CAD is engaged, it does turn off some of his abilities. So he definitely is. That's why he's probably keeping CAD back.
Gotcha.
So he pulls Aurra Singh here. So pulls Aurra Singh here, and let's going to take a look. He's kind of just figuring out what he wants to do next here with Aurra. So Aurra doesn't have any activated tactic abilities. He doesn't have any active abilities that happen like during her turn. Most of her stuff is reactive.
Okay.
She does have the innate ability of expendable distraction, but that has to deal with when she makes a ranged attack as part of a combat action. So not a lot that is happening on her card in particular. So they're just like basically going to do a little bit of range checks and everything along those lines here. So I'm trying to see.
Points.
Right, and scores his 3 points, and that's it. So basically, we're in a kind of a parity situation here. So we're really kind of waiting to see who can kind of push, break that parity at this point in time, since both people have 3 points. We did get the B2s, and again, they had the opportunity to move forward. So now he's really looking at how far forward he wants to move. The B2s have some pretty interesting abilities. They have something called a Relentless Advance, which allows them to sit there, and that's what he's going ahead and using right now.
Yeah.
So Relentless Advance basically allows them for a force to do a short move. And then once they do that, they also, so basically that dash move. And then after that, they can also spend another force to do Saturation Fire, which adds additional 2 dice to their attack rolls. And basically, they're looking at potentially a range 5 ranged attack with 8 dice in that situation. So, yeah, looking at potentially doing some damage here if he decides to go that route. But moving this. So kind of moving them into that center area right there between those 2 gantries. Yeah, a little bit of a conservative play to start the game out with. I mean, this is the first major Shatterpoint tournament, so I think people are going to make sure that they are making, and especially when you're on stream, I think a lot of what you're doing is you're wanting to make sure that you're making the right plays, because you do have other people out in the world watching you. I mean, and eventually all of these rounds are going to be up on YouTube. You know, so I mean, we're going to be editing these down and putting each individual round up. So I mean, they're there for posterity purposes. People are going to be watching these for quite a while, so we definitely want to make sure that they're making the most optimal plays when possible,
because they know we're judging them. Not really, not like harshly, but a little bit. And it is stressful to be on stream. I really give props to any player who agrees to be on stream, because it's incredibly stressful. They're under the harsh lights. It's showbiz, baby.
Exactly. So yeah, no, there's what are we going on? So now he moved all the droids up, kind of basically put some Saturation Fire in there. So it is going to be that 8 dice attack, what we're looking at for. Now, since there's Kalani, he might end up getting the additional Kalani dice as well, so it might be 9. Kalani has a Concentrate All Firepower ability. So that, depending on, looks like he's probably got might have another droid in range to sit there and allow for that to happen.
I'm excited to finally see some dice rolling.
So it looks like he isn't doing that Kalani dice. Yep, so 1 crit, 4 expertise. Failure in there. And then 3 blocks, 3 expertise. On the B2s, they don't have a lot, but I think that is going to just be 2 damage straight through on their range attack side. So 2 damage. The regular strikes get blocked, so and then he's going to go 1 down the tree. Oh nope, were they in melee? Maybe I'm not seeing it. It must have been in a melee range or something along those lines because it looks
Just
like.
the crit goes.
Okay, never mind. I was right.
Crit,
Just the
wow.
crit goes through. So I believe if that's a range attack, it's going to be 3 damage and a shove. Oh, apparently that was a melee attack. So basically, it's just going to be 1 damage and a shove.
Oh my gosh, Quincy, as someone who has never played in an event but commentates them regularly, just have fun. Do your best, learn what you can, definitely learn what you can. Actually, if you go over to professionalcasual.com, we have a whole series of blog posts about like con etiquette and what to do when you're at a con and how to really get the most out of your con. Dr. D wrote those up for us, so if you go over there, some really great pieces of advice. And just, again, I've never played at one of these events, but I'm here all the time. Just go in with an open mind, do your best, have fun, and yeah, learn something from it. Take something away from the con. And make some friends. Everybody here's so nice.
Yeah, I think that's it's more for the experience than for. I mean, if you really want to come and try and play those super competitive events, by all means, you definitely can. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that. For me, that's not what I'm here for. I like the interactions and the having the fun and everything along those lines.
The fellowship and camaraderie.
Exactly.
Like, we're a community, first and foremost.
So it looks like there was only 1 attack with the B2s there. I'm not sure why the other one was not able to make an attack. So I'm not quite sure what happened.
Getting some clarification. They had different ideas as to who was being attacked.
Oh, okay. They weren't clear on who was being attacked right then.
And scores the 3 points, and we're going back the other way again. So again, not breaking. So yeah, we got the Shatterpoint card coming up here.
This is the latest I've seen it pulled. It's kind of exciting for me. Out of the whole 2 games that I've watched.
I mean, but and most of the time I mean, this is an ideal time because now you've already had some characters move forward. The game's starting to get in play here. So they do remember the Shatterpoint ability.
So refreshing the force.
Yep. Refreshing the force.
Activating bounty hunters with the Shatterpoint.
Ooh, bounty hunters.
Using the bounty hunters. And now, I do like that. The bounty hunters have a lot of movement just on their own because they have that on the trail ability. So as soon as they are able to on their
Bounty hunters are using payday to get the Galactic Republic.
Okay. So they do also have that ability on the reveal, which you can when you reveal an order card, you can pay 1 force to give them whatever tag you want to in the game.
Okay.
So now they get the Galactic Republic tag. So they are going to have the on the trail. So as soon as they both get to have a dash, and I'm assuming they're getting that Galactic Republic tag due to Luminara, because that's the only other Galactic Republic person I am seeing around here. And I believe that I'm not quite sure why. Maybe I might be missing something in regards to that as to why they decided to do that, because Luminara is the only one, and the only thing with her is her precise strike, but that only is when she makes a combat action. So I'm not sure. Maybe again, it is a very interesting choice, Abby, of going with the bounty hunters. It's typically you see a primary or a secondary, especially he has Jango. I mean, moving Jango up forward to getting in range to do that not so fast ability. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Give the Commandos coordinated fire. Thanks, Abby. So and basically a lot of confirmation with everything going on here. Looks like the bounty hunters are going in making an attack here. Doing a little bit of a rules check here at the table. And that's a nice thing. Both players just basically like have the rule book right there at the side of the table, so they can go ahead and pull that out. Go ahead and pull that out. Take a look at the rule book and make sure that everyone's on the same page and understanding the rules together. So that's great there. So attacking into the B2s, removing those failures, but there are 2 crits there, so you know that those are definitely going to be going through. There's no reduction there. 1 expertise with the bounty hunters is going to be a strike regardless of whether it is on the melee or range side. So 1 block, B2s. I think that's going to turn into at least 1 more block, maybe 2. Yep, just 1 block. So blocking 2 of those, it looks like 4 down the tree. So we're looking at like at least 1 shove and a pin is going to come out of this. Now we're just trying to determine if they're going to go with the top side of 2 damage or 1 damage and a shove. So I think he said 5 damage, pin, and a shove. 5 damage, pin, and a shove into the B2s.
5 damage, pin, shove.
Yep, 5 damage.
You can hear me. All right.
5 damage, pin, and a shove into the B2s is it. We'll see if he does that other attack.
Talk loud, everyone.
We'll see if he gets another attack off on
Aubrey's
them.
Be trying to be quiet.
Aubrey's projecting, but he loves his passionate whispers.
All right, it looks like a second attack. Let's see if he's going into second attack.
Now coordinated fire from the Commandos in the second attack.
So coordinated fire on the second attack. A lot of expertise here again. If that, I believe it's a range, it would be a crit and a damage if it is. So basically what we're looking at is there was, 1 damage and the crit from the expertise. 2 blocks, 3 damage. So I believe there's going to be enough to take out those B2s here. But the B2s, if I recall correctly, have protection.
5 damage because of that pin.
They do have protection. I don't know if they noticed that or not.
Protection.
Okay, so they did notice the protection. So 5 damage coming in from through the protection. And the B2s are going to be wounded.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're going to have that other pin that is there as well, which because they did a pin again, it's going to cause an additional damage. Another shove. So basically wounding them.
All right, fist bumps, guys. Look at that. They're so nice.
I know. It's like you got them. Nice play. I mean, that was an interesting round there.
How far would you say? We're about 5 feet from the table, maybe 4.
About 5, 4 feet.
Yeah, 4 to 5 feet.
Oh, hi Kenny. How you doing?
All right, Grevious is coming out of reserve.
So Grievous coming out of reserves. It doesn't look like they moved the struggle tracker after that last turn. It doesn't look like they moved the struggle tracker after the last turn. Oh, did they? No, they did. They moved it towards. You're right. No, you're good. They moved it the other way.
It goes back, Tom.
Yep.
It's back.
Yep.
Come on.
Yeah.
Just making
We've
sure.
had a lot of back and forth.
I know. It's just
Have you ever played tug of war?
It's a very tight parody. I know that for sure. It's like the parody. They're just not breaking it. I mean, it's especially here because like they went for the B2s were not currently on a point at that point in time. So going because they were right there on that in that center objective that's not lit. Yeah. So basically, it still maintained that 3-3 parity.
So onward is moving the MagnaGuard.
So onward moving the MagnaGuards forward. So again, Grievous has an ability to move his droids as well. So basically, that's the kind of the thing with droids is that they just move people when it's not their turn. So he uses the onward ability and he can move that, and then he's going to go ahead and scuttle forward.
Scuttle.
and they're just taking a determination to see how far, who can get where, and everything along those lines. I don't believe there's a ladder right there, so I'm not sure. Yeah, definitely playing the long game. You are correct there. It's like the concern I have is like something that we're saying at the opening of the broadcast was that we're seeing a lot of these struggles going long for struggle one, and the problem that we run into with that is that it's causing struggles 2 and 3 to not have enough time to go to completion. So it's going to time on these tournaments. So like the time management of the whole thing really is turning in. So now we actually have the head judge at the table, kind of giving some clarification as well.
Yeah.
Hey, Aubrey. So yeah, we're seeing a lot of that right now, where with it going on and everything along those lines. So it's like, and there's definitely a big talk going on with the head judge right now of what's going on. I'm not quite sure.
I heard something about overhang for a base. So I'm not sure. What's that model up there? Is that the B2?
So the B2s I don't think are placed legally.
Okay.
And that's one of the things is like you can't have overhang of that. And that was one of those where we as outside observers, I don't know if we really have the room to come in and say, hey, you can't do that type of a thing.
Yeah.
And it's like the judge team, I don't want to sit there and overstep our bounds as broadcasters, because if someone is not going to, if the opponent is not going to call it to the attention of any illegal placement, it's not. Is it really our place to jump in?
Because if they were just playing on a regular table, they would have to police themselves, and if they had a question, they could call for the judge.
Exactly.
But that's not us.
Exactly. So we have to treat this in the same way. Type of
so I
thing.
believe that the official ruling was like, it's fine for now, just don't do it again.
Got it.
So our friend is correcting everything and pointing out what I pointed out.
I understand. Yeah, and again, the judge is pointing it out, coming to it. Like, and it was one of those where we want to make sure that we're not interfering with the game state at our side, because that's that man's job, not this man's job. Chris got a little smile out of that when I pointed at him that it was his job, not our job type of a thing.
That's why he gets the official event staff shirt.
Yeah, right. He gets that fancy shirt that says, "I'm the guy, you're not the guy," and I'm okay with not being the guy.
And I mean, if I had that shirt, I would absolutely go around telling people what to do. And as a matter of fact, I do it anyway, just not with games, with other stuff.
Yep.
So Grevious is just taking cover.
Okay.
No attack here.
Grievous taking cover, no attack.
So yeah, I mean, it's more along the lines of like, for continuity of everything, we kind of just let this one go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because I just want to get clarification from the judge of like, if they really want us to step in, it's not really our place.
Yep.
To sit there and make a correction unless as a third party observer.
Yeah.
So Luminara coming up here.
That's right. Give me a coffee.
Right, a coffee would be great. Half a fish at her point.
Right? Like, come on, just fight each other.
I know. I would have expected Grievous to come just charging and killing somebody. It was a very interesting play by that.
Yep.
I mean, but yeah, they are really. They're playing the objective game for sure here. I was when I saw the list of Maul Grievous, I'm like, oh, he chose violence today, and it was. I was expecting to see a few more wounds by this point in time, which is. Especially with like the way I play droids, because droids is the main list I play.
Okay.
So I was really expecting to see like just the droids swarming forward and just causing chaos, and that's not really what happened there.
No.
But yeah, so basically, again, just getting confirmation with the judge there. I mean, like, basically, as a main rule, we really don't want commentary people jumping in and interrupting the game or anything along those lines.
Yep.
So
It's Shatterpoint time.
so we got Shatterpoint card coming up as well. Hey, Aubrey. I would just let since he's here, I would kind of like just let, if they have any questions for judges, just go straight to them.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, I'm going to defer to the judge who's standing there, Tom. Yeah, not overruling Chris.
I will, and I'll say, Chris, give me a coffee.
Right.
Chris isn't in charge of air horn. Come on.
That's right.
Fair enough.
That's right.
So basically, Shatterpointing. I'm not sure who he's Shatterpointing. He's getting the MagnaGuards going up with a range 2 there. That would be Maul. Got it. So it was Grievous. He used Grievous to use
That's cool. That's really cool.
Using his onward ability on the MagnaGuard.
Grievous using onward. So it wasn't. I thought I swore I saw the size 2 instead of the short, but that's fine. We went ahead and got used onward on the MagnaGuard to move him up a little bit. And now let's see what he does with Grievous here. Lot of options. He is sitting on 3/4, so I'm sure he's. Well, it looks like Grievous has finally decided to choose a little bit of a violent time today. So here we go. Going into. Going into, and it looks like he is on. Yeah, it looks like he's on his Cunning Warlord side right now. But he is looking at his card, going to flip over to the quad arm attack side. So yeah, going to go and do that. So we're looking at an 8 dice attack going into the Commandos. No crits yet, but a lot of strikes. So that's looking pretty good here. 1 failure, 1 expertise. That expertise is going to turn into a crit and a strike. So in total, 8 successes overall. 4 are going to go through after you take those. It should be 5 going through. Yeah, 5 are going to go through because of that expertise. So 5 going through, that is quite a bit. So if he goes the top route, you're looking at 7, 8, 11 damage and a disarm. So that is a way to go there. If he decides not to, you're going to get a little bit more displacement. You're looking at 8 damage and 2 displacements.
Right. So it's kind of that question of what is more important to you. Do you want to be doing those moves?
8 damage, 2 shoves is going to be the way that they go with that.
Yeah, if you want someone off a point, give them the shove and beef dragon. Blood dragon. I'm so happy to see the blood.
Right. I mean, and the nice thing is like, well, not nice for the Commandos, but the Commandos only have 6 health basically.
Okay.
So that's going to put them down anyway. So either way he went. So it does make more sense to kind of push one of those Commandos back. You can't push both of them back. It doesn't really matter. And of course he is going to follow through with that shove.
Okay.
So go ahead and does those shoves. He will end up flipping the point.
And just making sure that Commando's base is firmly on the terrain.
Yep.
No more overhang, baby.
No more overhang.
We're learning. Oh, I do believe he's going to pop him off. Boop,
Yep.
right
Yeah, there
off
was
the
a
ground.
second shove in there, so I was waiting to. There was a second shove, which absolutely had to happen because then he wouldn't have done the last 2 damage on there.
Okay.
Because if you don't do everything on there, you're in a particular block, it stops.
Okay. Interesting. I like that.
So it's like,
I
yeah,
like that you still have the choice, but it's like detrimental if you don't do it all.
correct. And the nice thing about the shoves overall is you are required to move the opponent's model. You are not required to move yours. Scoring 4 here, so a little bit of a break in parity. We're gonna, but we do see Jango Fett coming up here. So Jango is a very good character. He does have. So Jango has a really interesting ability. It's called capture wire. So he can go ahead and move close enough to a point to where he can go ahead and pull a character in. So he basically, someone within range 3, he's going to pull them towards him 2.
Okay.
And then he can go ahead and do a pin as well. So then they can't move. So he pulls them off. So what you're looking at here, depending on where he goes, what I would look at potentially doing. Oh, he's going to go right into capture wire.
Okay.
I don't know if he's. Yeah, no, I don't think he's quite in range to do capture wire quite yet.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Apparently we're moving.
Yeah, I don't. So
Okay.
we had to.
So not in range
had to
for
go
that?
move. Now that still doesn't put him within that range. So now.
We forgot what range 3 was. It's all right.
That's right.
We figured it
So basically, yeah, what we're looking at is like a little short of that range 3 right now. I'm not sure if he did It looks like he might end up looking to see a lineup for an attack here first. Maybe see if he can soften up Grievous a little bit. Grievous is on that Cunning Warlord side, so his dice are going to be a little bit less. He's only rolling 4 dice on that side. Hello, Shane. How are you doing today?
Focus for the jump, and now we're attacking.
Focus for the jump, now attacking. And yet you're going to hear a little bit of noise again because the right side, those collapsible walls are getting pushed in, and they're right next to our ear holes. So you
I
might.
know, it's very distracting too. I like to watch it.
Wow. Man, Todd, what did you do to your dice?
All right, so it looks like a pretty good dice roll here. So yeah, 4 strikes, but a pretty good defensive roll as well. 3 blocks. Pretty good defensive roll we're seeing here. 3 blocks, going to block 3 of those strikes that are going through. Still going to do a fair amount of damage. It's Jango, so those just turned into crits. So he's going 4 down the tree here. 4 down the tree with Jango.
And that was a focus for the jump, correct?
It was a focus for the jump. That's why he had that additional dice in there. So we're looking at least 5 damage with a shove and a strain. Just now trying to decide whether he wants that free capture wire, which I don't think he's going to be in range to do it still anyway.
Okay.
So
that kind of makes the choice for him.
Kind of makes a choice for him that he's going to probably do a total of 7 damage, a strain, a shove, and a jump. But we're not quite sure. We're still kind of thinking through everything. But now the jump will go ahead and get him into that range.
Okay.
Going down the top side.
Yep.
7 damage, jump, strain.
Yep. And so that jump should get him in range to where he can go ahead and do the capture wire at that point in time. The problem is the terrain side of it. I don't like that piece of terrain right there that's kind of in the way of Grievous. That's what he's kind of looking at.
Yeah.
Capture wire should be a pull, not a push. So they got to make sure. No, it's a pull, not a push for capture wire. Are they doing capture wire?
No, they didn't do that.
Oh, the shove.
The shove.
Okay.
The shove.
Okay, I was worried about that.
We were just kidding on that whole capture wire.
So no, they didn't. They don't even have to do the capture wire because he was able to jump and then do the shove. So he was jumped into position to shove Grievous off of that point. And now he's pushed him down. So now he's able to flip that point back to him. Now we're back at parity 3-3.
All right. Whew.
And because we ended at the 0, both players are going to get momentum here.
Okay. Gotcha.
Shortens up the
So,
round a little bit.
Trying to like expedite this a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean,
Let's
at this
go.
point in time, let's see, we are about 40 minutes into the round,
Okay.
and it doesn't look like we're at a very close to an end here.
Oh.
So it'll be interesting to see what we get going on here in these final moments, because yeah, we're always a little off time from the main event. Usually, just getting everybody settled in and everything up here. There's a little bit more of a delay, so usually we get a little bit of added time on this side of it, just because of that issue.
And we've got to run the players through like stream protocol and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything like crazy that they need to know, but some people like reassurances before we start.
Yeah, no, we're not going to show.
Starting with an advance.
Yep. And we do have the MagnaGuards are going to go ahead and do their advance. Really not get like based off of where they are, as like the placement seems a little unfortunate because they're just not able to get them up where he wants to put them. At least on the one that's closer to our side on the bottom of the table there. The other MagnaGuard basically kind of moving. Looks like he's going to try and move them over. Yeah, and moving that. No, he's trying to figure out if he wants to move that gantry to sit there and help get it off. Yep, there you go. Go ahead and move the gantry just so he's not knocking a bunch of terrain down. I was like, I can't count the amount of times that I've knocked over a piece of terrain and all of a sudden just caused chaos on the table. So we are going to have 4 rounds today. Each round is supposed to be approximately 2 hours. They can end earlier, depends on the case. There will be a lunch break in here, and then we will have 4 rounds today. We will cut to a top 8, which will be streamed tomorrow, Abby. And then they're going to go ahead and take cover. So that basically, unfortunately, not being able to utilize just because of how the cards have been drawn today, not able to utilize those MagnaGuards to their full potential. Because the MagnaGuards, they have a lot of shoves on their tree. Like the first two are on there are shoves. So able to sit there and really just do a lot of displacement with the way that their cards are set up, their kit's set up. So a little bit of unfortunateness there. Looks like the bounty hunters are going over on the other side of the board though for us. Uh-oh, none of that. No yawning on stream, young lady.
So I've had an ear infection, and I haven't been able to hear out of my right ear, but now it's kind of like starting to like pop and loosen up, and I'm like, I can hear. It's incredible. So every time I yawn, it's like a little bit more towards feeling normal.
Right. And we just got a message. They have loaded baked potatoes in the lobby today.
I saw that. I'm very excited.
My daughter would be so jealous. That is the go-to meal for my daughter.
Yes.
Go-to meal. So yeah, like I'll have to take a picture and send that to her because she is going to be super jealous. Yeah, the finals are going to be good. So tomorrow we're going to have the finals, but we are also going to be simulcast streaming the Adepticon or the AMG showcase. So all of the things that they're showing for the next coming year, and like Will did say that like he's pretty much showing what they're planning on releasing for the next coming year because we've gotten all that cool stuff. Everything from last Adepticon at this point in time, we've seen everything. Yep. So now it's a time of like let's get all that new stuff. So it's going to be very, very exciting.
I really like that timeline though too. Like we're going to show you what we're releasing between this Adepticon and next Adepticon.
Yeah. So over the course of the next year, these are all the new toys you're going to be getting.
Yep.
Because the bounty hunters are just sighting in, figuring out which
bounty hunters are definitely trying to figure out what's their best course of action. Because like we were saying before, like we're really looking at needing to try and break that parity. Because if he still stays at those 3 points, I mean, then you're going to 3 points, get some more momentum. So taking the move action right here. I'm not sure if he missed an opportunity for the not so fast on Jango or not. I mean, that might have been. I'm not sure if they were in range. I couldn't quite tell exactly. So not so fast is a really interesting ability. If somebody activates within range 3 of Jango, you can pay a force, roll 5 dice, and for all the good stuff, you do a damage. So like basically hits and crits. Any strike and crit does 1 damage to your opponent. So it's a good way to just put a little of the bonus damage in there.
Yeah.
Might have been something, but it does cost a force, so I'm not sure if it's just something you didn't want to utilize the force for. But it is we saw that on stream yesterday. Somebody utilized that, did enough damage to wound the unit that was activating, and it ends their activation. They just lose that activation altogether.
Gotcha. I love that.
So bounty hunters are going to go ahead and launch an attack here. Looks like, I think 4 strikes going down. Now, looking for a good defensive roll 3, and I think if that's into Jango, that's going to turn into a block just because of that Beskar armor that he has. It definitely turns into a block, so that's just a wash there. So here comes the second attack from the Bounty Hunters. Does get a strike in, or a critical strike in there. I believe there's going to be range attack, so the amount of expertise is going to turn that into another critical hit and a damage.
Second attack.
So 3 expertise.
Second attack, a lot of expertise.
So that does turn into 3 blocks, but that's kind of a wash there because it had all the crits. So basically they're going to be able to go 2 down the tree, looking to decide whether they want to do a shove and 2 damage or 3 damage, or 3 damage total, plus the bonus damage that you're getting from the expertise turn.
Okay.
So tell me, who is your favorite Star Wars character?
Oh, I feel like it's very like stereotypical to like wax lyrical about the Mandalorian and Grogu. I have to say I love them for the amount of interest they've garnered in my children.
Yes.
So now my children are very like Star Wars people. But I really, really love droids.
Yes.
Like any R2-D2 is probably like my favorite. Just from the storytelling aspect and looking at his functionality, where like it's between him and C-3PO, there's like the comic relief when things get really like hard and nitty gritty and tough. And really like I have grown to love just like Mandalorians in general.
Right.
The culture and like the history and stuff like that. I really, really love all of that aspect of the storytelling.
Definitely.
For sure. What about you?
You know, I've always been a Vader fan.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
I've always been a dark side lover myself personally. So Vader's just like always like I said, going back to him in Rogue One, like just a little don't choke on your aspirations when he's force choking Krennic, just little stuff like that where it's just like there's that dark humor that he has to him almost. It's like yes, that's fantastic.
I really love it.
I do. I love it as well. But like R2-D2, it's like it's funny how you mention him. Like he's there through everything. In the Skywalker saga. So he's right there from the start, from Anakin being a little kid, all the way to becomes Luke's. You know, it just his dad just happens to inherit this droid that's been with him with his dad. So it's really cool. I love R2 in that aspect. So we do see a Savage Opress coming here. This is the last card of the order deck, so it is definitely something that he is going to have to use no matter what. So we're going to see what happens.
Dan's going to go spend money.
Dan's going to go spend money.
Dan, give me a coffee.
Hey, she needs coffee.
It's gone.
The coffee's gone, Dan. The coffee's gone. So I think we're about an hour into the stream here. Let me take a look. I wish that since I don't think we can see how many people are streaming are watching right now.
I do have to say that love of Darth Vader, it's funny, you know, as a kid you're like, oh, he's the bad guy. But then as an adult, I start to understand it a little bit more, and just like the dark side in general, where like I am a very emotional person, and like big dynamic emotions. You know, Dan he would definitely be the Jedi, where he is very like calm, and he has this like infallible sense of like justice and rightness and fairness. And me, I'm like, how can I use this to my advantage? And also I'm an angry little baked potato, so I get it. And especially like I think once I became a mom, like, and knowing like that breaking point for Anakin was really like his love and his fear for his family.
Right.
I get it. I absolutely get it. You want me to turn murder hobo to protect my family? Okay. Okay. No problem. And like, not saying that stuff that he did is not inexcusable, because it is. I'm not saying he was right in every aspect, but I understand that feeling of like, I have to do anything possible to keep these people safe.
Yeah. Oh no, it makes 100% sense.
Yeah.
So we have a Dark Fury coming up here right now. So again, what we're going to do is give away this Adepticon pin.
Adepticon pin. Adeptipin.
Adeptipin. And so what we're going to do in order to give that away is I'm going to just do a little question. I'm going to ask a question in the chat.
Trivia.
A trivia question. Whoever answers it first, whoever comes back with that answer, is going to go ahead and win the pin. I will go ahead and mail that out to you. Probably not until I get back from Adepticon, so it'll be coming out. Probably getting mailed out. Let's say Tuesday is probably going to be the earliest I'm going to be able to get that out with travel and everything like that. So I'll go ahead and get that mailed out to you. Basically, just send me, hopefully you can send me a direct message through Facebook, like through the Momentous Struggle there. I will definitely respond back through Facebook. So just find me on Facebook and send me a message with your information on where to send that. Let me find the question that I want to use. I think this is going to be the easiest one.
So we've got some Savage action here.
So I'll go and we'll go through this attack. So there's a lot of crits there. So 3 crits on Savage. So we're going to find out whether he just wants to go with pure violence, which would be 6 damage, or if he's going to do 4 damage with an expose and a strain. Just the 6 damage? So 6 straight
damage city.
So 6 straight damage.
Damage City.
All right, so we're looking at.
You can't get balloons at Damage City, but you can at Party City.
And we got look at that, all of that expertise, or all that the struggle tracker there with all of that momentum, just basically keeps on going back and forth, and that wounds the bounty hunters.
Right.
I think that's going to be the struggle there.
Oh.
No. Did they not get the momentum for wounding them? Maybe they already got the wound. So, and there's the bounty hunter. So he's just going to go ahead and reactivate him. All right, so as he's going through that motion, here comes the question. I am looking for the full number, nomenclature here, letters and numbers, for what was the number for Finn, his Stormtrooper number. What was Finn's Stormtrooper number? Put that into chat, whoever gets that one first. I want the numbers, letters and numbers. Whoever gets that first wins, and I will send you out this Adepticon pin. Let's see what happens here.
Get it.
Beef Dragon, I mean, that is fair. The answer is always violence. You are correct. But
That's
in
not
this,
gonna get you a pin,
it's not going to get you a pin here.
You're not wrong.
FN12187. Kimberly, you are correct.
Good job.
That is fantastic. So yeah, go ahead and shoot me a message. Momentous Struggle Facebook. If you can send us a message there, I will go ahead and get this mailed out. The other option is if you know somebody here at Adepticon. Sorry, Quincy. Kimberly got it already. If you know someone here at Adepticon, you can also message me there. That way, I will make sure that I hand that off to them, and they can go ahead and take that for you as well. So great job, Kimberly.
Yay.
We are going to be doing every round. I have some other swag that I'm going to be giving away.
So we have 4 Force. I missed it, my bad. Payday, give him Galactic Republic, and then now they're doing Tools of the Trade to give him the Sharpshooter.
All right, so a lot going on here. They spent a lot of force. Basically, they're going to go ahead and do a Tools of the Trade as well as Payday to so ahead and get some abilities going here. So basically trying to take full advantage of these clones there. New trilogy questions, and I did that intentionally because just because I knew there was going to be somebody that didn't like that.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I have Adepticon was kind enough to give us a little bit of swag to give away today, so I will have some other things to be giving away throughout. For each round, I've decided we're going to give one, and they're progressively going to get a little bit bigger, a little bit better as we go through. But again, Kimberly, thank you very much for your playing the game, and again, the questions are probably going to get a little bit harder. The last one that I picked out was a doozy of a question.
Attacking a Savage.
So going ahead and attacking Savage, yeah. So there's going to be some good ones, but I'm looking forward to everybody playing along here. So we'll get this out to you, Kimberly, as soon as you can. Like I said, if you know somebody here and they can hand deliver it to you, that I can do that as well.
Yeah.
Just send us their name and tell them to come to the streaming area, and we can do that. 3 down the tree. So yeah, I mean, basically we're looking at either 3 or 4 damage, basically.
4 damage and a pin.
4 damage and a pin.
But
Yep.
of course, Savage has his jump, so the pin's gonna be.
Yep. And Savage has that great ability that allows him to jump as soon as when he's wounded, and it's going to remove that pin. Second attack. There's a lot of dice in that second attack. Not a lot of crits here. We do get 4 strikes, it looks like, going through, and then 2 expertise. I'm not 100% sure if this is ranged or melee. If it's ranged, that's going to turn into a crit. 2 blocks. That other one will probably turn into a block. Yep, so 3 blocks. Crit and a damage, so 1 damage is automatically going to go through. Remove those 3 blocks, that's 2 down the tree. 2 damage and a shove, it looks like.
1 damage on from expertise, 2 successes.
So we got 1 damage in the damage pool right off the bat.
And 3 additional.
And okay, they went 3 additional damage.
And protection, 2 additional.
So, yep. So he does have protection. Only 2 of those additionals go through. So 3 damage total from this second attack by the bounty hunters. Sorry, I'm just talking away.
No, you are wonderful. I was just laughing at Kimberly's message that there are some players from her LGS here, but she only knows their Discord handles.
I mean, shoot them a Discord message
Yeah.
and see if they're willing to sit there and hook you up. I mean, that way it's like we can definitely, you get it a little bit faster, but it's up to you.
Either way, it's fine.
I mean, either way, I'll make, if that doesn't work for you, I will send that out in the mail probably like Tuesday.
I'm just laughing because so many people like pop up to the stream tables and they're like, "Oh, hey, I'm Bob," and I'm like, "Hi, Bob," and they're like, "Oh, blah blah blah" on the Discord, and I'm like,
Right.
"Oh, you."
Yeah. You know so many people by their
Yes.
Discord names.
I
Like,
actually know a lot of people here.
yep, like that Hispanic Potato. Like,
Yeah.
he's one from my LGS.
Okay.
I mean, so like, good morning, and I just call him Tater.
Tater.
You know, I know his real name, but I just call him Tater.
We've got some not so fast going on.
Not
here.
so fast. There we go.
So fast.
Not so fast.
Again, that's the ability that
Pretty scary.
a very scary ability that Jango has, where he pays a force to basically roll 5 dice.
3 damage.
Does 4 damage with the not so fast, ending that activation. There was a swift high five there from that. That was
Yes.
fantastic.
Yep.
Great sportsmanship. Great
I love it.
sportsmanship.
I love to see it.
Yep, that one. I think that might be a little bit of a turning point there, because that does wound them. Yeah, his activation just ends. And I don't think he even realized that that's what happens here.
Yep.
He's like, oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, you can see it's like but that activation just ends right there. And I think this is probably going to get. So gets the wound, moves him 3. He does still win the struggle though.
Okay.
So that still got him there, even though that happened. But
So does win the struggle because he goes straight to score.
yeah, but so here's the interesting thing is the person who won the struggle. Well, no, he still is going to get to go first anyway. But that's just so weird.
Right? It's weird because you just go to scoring.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Very cool.
So it wasn't as detrimental to him as you would normally expect it to
Yeah.
be. But at the same time, you got a wound on the character.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, that was a solid roll, Shane. Solid roll. And Tater forgot to set his alarm. That's all right. You're not too late to the game. I mean,
Yeah,
we
that's
got 4 rounds today. This is just round 1. I want to make sure that I write down that this is going to Kimberly, so I can keep an eye out for a message from her, one way or the other. However, we're going to get that out to
So
her.
again, Jango's ability, refreshing force here.
Awesome. Jango's ability, refreshing force.
A lot of stuff happening all at once. And the Luminara identity is going to provide a dash
A lot of movement going on here, getting Luminara where you want to put her. All right, getting Lumi a little farther into the fight here. And that's not normally what we want to see out of her. I mean, she's not normally a charging forward. She's really kind of that passive healer and everything along those lines.
Okay.
She has a great ability on her card called Full Heal, which allows her to basically remove all the damage from one of your friendly characters, your allied characters.
That's pretty awesome.
It is pretty great.
I love that.
All right, and now All right, so going with this, the diagonal from the bottom left to the top right of the screen. So the center objective will be turned on, the bottom left, and the top right objectives are going to get turned on for that as well. So, yep, no. And
so it is still the refresh force,
yep.
And they're doing the top one.
Yep, awesome. So it's still got so we're doing the refresh force is the shatter point ability. And that name of that is Did Not Expect the Welcome Party. So yeah, looking to see who he's going to flip over here and kind of get rolling there. Again, yeah, again, it took a little over an hour to play that first struggle. It's
just doing some clarification.
And it looks like we got the Republic Commandos. But yeah, very interesting with everything going on.
Taylor's on the ground.
Just watching the little tykes running around over here.
Yeah, Todd, why did you keep telling me that I needed a leash?
Yeah, we need to put a leash on Aubrey as well.
Dan was a leash kid.
Yeah, sometimes it just has to happen. You just gotta do it.
What'd you lose?
Taylor lost something. He's rolling around over here.
Yeah, we had a player lose a die.
Oh.
One of their parent dice.
Taylor, I'm right here.
He's right there, though.
He's right there. He's right there.
We found it.
Oops, sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to look at the Longshanks since pairings went up. But yeah, that's awesome that like every primary is being used. And I kind of expected to see that. You're going to have people that are going to sit there and try and play every little thing that's going on. So right now the players, okay, so Maul was the most brought player, Dooku was the second most brought player or character, and then you also have Jedi Hunter Vader coming in second. So it's Mother and then Vader. So all of that is really not all that surprising. Whether Maul is a very solid pairing, Dooku Vader is a really solid pairing. So all of those are like probably your top tier of right now where the meta is kind of playing out here. So I'm not very surprised by that. And Maul Dooku is also great. I love playing Mother Maul. That's kind of like another one, like Mother Maul, and then playing the droid side of it. Like so, those are my strike teams that I like to bring with me.
Nice.
All strikes getting blocked. So 2 successes going through with those crits. But yeah, that is like I think that the impressive part is that every character is being great. We got 2 Leias, 3 Ahsokas, all the Ewoks, primaries, Chief Chirpa, and Logray all being brought. So that's fantastic to see that.
Cool. Yep.
I am a little surprised to see only 5 players bringing Plo. Like Plo Koon being one of the newer ones. I am surprised to see that number being pretty low. Anakin coming at 3 again, and Luke only bringing 5 Lukes as well. So that's
3 successes on that.
3 successes on this one as well. So yeah, I'm a little surprised to see that breakdown there. And I know you are too. You're just like, really? That's interesting.
I'm so surprised. I just love that Longshanks gives you this data.
Yes. Grievous is wounded. All right, then that wounds Grievous. So off to a great start here, getting that wound on Grievous. So it's going to get some momentum there. But yeah, it is. I love that Longshanks provides this information, so you can really kind of see who's playing, what's getting played, and everything along those lines. It's fantastic. And a little more talking going on here, I think. Just want to make sure. So because we are a little bit delayed. There.
Getting the priority objectives up.
Got it. So yeah. And Kimberly, if you're still on, yep, I got your message. I will get that out to you on Tuesday. But yeah, I mean, that's what I was looking at where we are on time. So like I said, this round started a little off from the time that the other round started as well. We're about 20 minutes away on our side from going to mission critical.
Okay.
So hopefully we can start seeing. I mean, there's a big move right there. Mm-hmm. Scoring 3 points.
3 points and starting out with an additional momentum. Like, that's going to help you bridge that gap real quick.
It is going to help bridge that gap very fast. So moving the priority point to the center there. All right, next card being drawn is the MagnaGuards. So basically looking to see what he can do. The MagnaGuards, I think we're kind of like top center over here, right in the center of the table. So really looking to kind of see what he can do to really maximize taking that point back. Well, I think actually no, his B2s are still on the point. Doing some general measurements and everything there.
I'm a little distracted. I see the director of Adepticon, Hank himself, who created this just as a very small local convention way back in the day, and now it has grown to literally thousands of people coming together from all over the world doing their favorite tabletop gaming. It's really incredible. I believe he's giving a tour of the setup to his parents.
That's fantastic.
Which is the cutest thing I've ever heard.
That is the most wholesome thing ever. Like, hey, Dad, look what I do.
Yes, my first Adepticon, I did get to meet Hank's family, his lovely wife, and his sons. They're all so nice, so generous, wonderful people. His wife, kind of takes in the streamers and some of the other people who are working the event as she takes them under her wing. She makes sure that they're fed. It was really, really cool.
That's
we did a family dinner with them, and it was awesome.
That's fantastic. Yeah, no, it's great, man. I love that this is it was a homegrown event that just blossomed into this amazing
it's crazy
gathering of people. I mean, it's so wonderful. I mean, it's so gigantic. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just become so big
to the point where now we have to have overflow at another hotel.
Right. We weren't even able to get all the AMG games into this hall because of how much it's taking up. So they're going pretty deep into the tank here. We got Dan scouting out stuff. Maybe he's looking at my fruit, I don't know.
Dan has a pen. I think he's writing me a love letter.
Oh.
We're looking around the tables if we want to try to get them on next potentially.
Zach Frost and Thoris are both running Ewoks. Now I don't know the problem is they're running Ewoks now. We might if we try and bring them on stream, they may not be running Ewoks next round. So it's one of those. But we probably do. It would be awesome to try and get them on stream if we can. It really kind of depends on how the pairings go and everything like that. I mean, Thoris. I mean, alone. I think everybody knows who he is. Just from
love Thoris
from everything that he does with the different the forums, the rule forums, and how active Thoris is on all of the discords and moderating and everything along those lines. Just a great person and resource for the entire community. And yes, Ewoks. So we'll see what we can do about getting them on. Again, I don't know. Again, if they're playing them now, if we'll actually get to see them on stream if we bring them on, because this is a premiere Showdown.
Yeah.
again, kind of like making sure that they are on that point properly, and no overhang, because that is an important piece to it. And it looks like a attack into the Commandos here. Three failures, 3 blocks. That is pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Because typically, if they get any expertise, turns into a critical. So it looks like 1. Not sure how many blocks that turns into. Blocks 3, so it's a complete wash.
Wow.
That against the MagnaGuards have been not coming up that well today, which is surprising. They're usually a very dominant unit, but they have just not been doing it. Yub Nub does intensify damage. All right, and he moves that struggle tracker back, but does not move it back onto his side, so it does get 1 momentum. Does leave the door open here.
All right.
There is a path to get to victory on this particular. Then there is Cad Bane. There is Cad Bane. I don't know if we're going to get to that path of victory just based off of the 2 points. I don't know if they've rolled for the location of the point yet. Let's see if we can.
Did they roll for location?
Did they roll for the location?
Still here. It keeps staying.
All right, so it's good. It looks like the location's staying in the back area over there. It's getting in the back on the left-hand side, bottom of the screen. So that's the 2 points. So he's definitely, I believe, still owns that point and the center point. So you're scoring 3 here. Now, I mean, the only really way to get that win here is to get all the way to the far side, causing a wound, and flipping that point.
We're made for rocketing.
So rocket boots by Cad Bane to start it out. What?
I get a set?
Those are MCP.
Yeah, that's the wrong game, babe. I'm doing Shatter Point right now.
I know, they were given to us.
Those are yours.
I know, he doesn't understand that I'm just being obtuse.
Yeah, so rude.
Yeah, so one of the things with the prize wall for MCP stuff is normally the dice are red for MCP, but they came out with these beautiful blue dice.
And they're swirled too.
Yeah, right. They're a little
They're
like
gorgeous.
marbly. They're so pretty. Dan loves Iceman and blue, so the fact that there are blue dice the first day, his pupils dilated, and he's like, "I need those dice."
Focus attack here, yeah. I mean, it was. Those dice are gorgeous. Absolutely
They're so
gorgeous.
pretty.
What did you do to your dice, Todd? They're working fine today.
They're working fine. Oh no!
See, you had to say something.
Hey, it's a primary. Expertise.
Yep. So Cad's doing his attack here. Lots of primary though.
I have a set.
Where are my sets?
You want to take it or you want to like Adam's giveaway?
Mine. I'm gonna give them to Chad. Oh wow, this is a lot of cards.
So yeah, no. Cad did have a lot of expertise there. I'm not sure. I'm assuming it's a ranged attack for him. So 3 blocks. That's 4 expertise, which is going to be 2 crits and a hit no matter what, as long as it is ranged attack. So he blocks the hit. 3 going down the tree. And I'm not sure what side of his stance card he is on. Might be on, if he's on needs no introduction. Basically, you're looking at 5 damage. If he is on, as long as I get paid, going to be doing 6 damage. So either way, I don't think that would be enough. 5 damage.
5 damage, shove, jump.
5 damage shove jump. So yeah, basically, and then needs no introduction. All right, looks like we will be starting mission critical. So that's adding a momentum right here, which I think actually is going to win him the struggle, because that will give him the 1 momentum. You got the 1 momentum for the wound. He's going to get an additional momentum for that for mission critical at this time. He's scoring 2 points. That's going to move and win him this struggle, and we should be moving on to struggle 3. I think he's just thinking out what he's like, because he still has another action. He has that mission with his mission objective. So just trying to look at where he wants to go. Just doing a little bit of placement. I think that might have been just a take. Oh, that was his jump. So I think he still had rocket boots. He had his attack. He has his I'll take any job for the right price. So that's going to trigger his identity. So when an allied character, and he is allied to himself, wounds an enemy unit, you refresh a force, and then you can recover. If it's a bounty hunter, you refresh another force. So he is back up to his full force. I mean, and that's the power of CAD. Now resolving Luminara's flow of the force ability. So all sorts of triggers going off here.
I just love Beef Dragon referring to Ewoks as the little Build-A-Bear nightmare
Build-
team.
We're not that. Just kidding. Just kidding.
For legal reasons, that was a joke.
Yes, the murder bears are fantastic. I'm hoping we can get them on there. So it gets that momentum. And they're resetting now because basically that is winning the struggle.
All right.
So,
Yep, wins the struggle.
so won this one. So now we're doing.
Yep, now we're going to struggle 3. And this being Sabotage Showdown, whatever they flip is what it's going to be. There's no choice back and forth of who gets what type of
Okay.
thing. So, yep, I think we're just sticking with this overhead view. It makes it a lot easier to see everything,
Yes,
where
for sure.
everybody's moving and everything along those lines.
Oh, Hispanic Potato. I love the idea of doing them as Care Bears. And there was a discussion of that. I think it was Wednesday night. A bunch of us were hanging out talking about the Ewoks and how would you paint them? And Taylor would do his as pandas.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. And I was like, I would love to see a Care Bear set. So funny.
There's a lot of different ideas. I think
Yeah.
you can go with the box art and everything along those lines, but
For sure, yeah.
there's a lot of flexibility.
Yep.
You can do whatever you
So
want.
the Shatterpoint ability is regroup. That is the remove 2 damage.
Shatterpoint is regroup, which is either remove a special condition or 2 damage. And so we've got the bottom, top right.
So just getting set up here.
And the bottom right, so it's kind of like that V-looking area there. Yep. Fantastic. So yeah, looking at that basically that V-looking as well. So we know is going to be the active point is the top right point. Is going to be the priority point, which is already controlled by our player on the right-hand side.
Off the top.
So rips Grievous right off the top.
More?
Getting all the swag.
I guess so. Thanks, Ann. Anna AMG is hooking us up.
But no, All right, so he's going to reserve Grievous.
Serving Grevious.
Reserves Grievous here. Looking for a very specific thing, and now he gets Maul. Now, we haven't seen Maul much because he didn't shadow point him, so like Maul's just been hanging out over at the top of the screen over there, just chilling. Now he's ready. He said, "I'm ready to jump in the fight. I'm ready to make my presence known here."
It's my time to shine. So is there an objective under a platform?
Yes, there is. At this point in time, we're so far into the match that we can't really make that change.
Okay. So normally it should be on
the highest elevation.
Okay.
It was something that, unfortunately, us not being tableside, I noticed it way too late. And
Only has 1 damage on him because he's been hanging out on that tower.
Maul's just sitting there with 1 damage on him, just chilling over on that tower. So he's ready to go. He's locked and ready to go. But yeah, unfortunately, I didn't notice that. But I'll wait a little too late for it, and we were so far down that we're down range on that game that there's not much we can do. Looking forward to Ewok Apocalypse. It's going to be interesting to see that.
There should be some kind of organized play kit that's called the Apocalypse. Quincy, have you thought about working in marketing? Specifically, contact AMG. That's very funny.
I mean, we were talking about how there's some like OP kids coming down the pipe here. That would be a fantastic OP kid. The Ewokalypse.
The Ewokalypse.
That would just be hilarious. Where it's like
Force on force speed.
spending. Well, I mean that kind of makes sense. He's always using his force on force speed. So why put? Because if he does use, and I don't want to say this too loud, of course, because we're really close to the table. But if he ends up using his two force to do his pull that he gets to do. Then at that point in time, instead the 3 damage that he needs to add that additional dice. No reason to really add additional that 4th damage because it's not going to benefit him to add that 4th damage. And that's exactly what he did. He used takes the 2 damage to go ahead and do that pull, which also does an expose. Pulls Cat in, yep. Pulls Cat in, that's going to go and give him expose.
For next round.
Okay.
Hey, Tim. You're doing a great job.
Hey, Tim. I think you're cute.
For those of you who don't know Tim, he hates compliments so much.
Ooh, now I get toys from him.
I
think I'm going to do that Sunday.
Awesome.
I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Wow. Yeah, dump it.
Go for it.
No, that's wonderful. Oh my gosh. 2. Yep. Thank you. Oh my gosh, guys, Ian just hooked us up with some goodies. We're going to be giving stuff away tomorrow.
Yeah, so we're doing Adepticon giveaways today. We are going to be doing some the Shatterpoint giveaways. Acrylic.
It's acrylic.
Yep. A nice little acrylic struggle tracker. 4 damage. Acrylic range tools. We do.
Sorry, Aubrey, we're distracted.
We are distracted by toys.
Ooh, I actually
some lanyards. There's an Ahsoka lanyard right here for Shatterpoint. A set of the foil cards to give away.
Yeah, there are a bunch of them.
There's a bunch of different ones. There's some of each one. So maybe we'll give a couple, like one out for each person throughout the day. So we have the Luke one.
Dice.
We have Obi.
Green and brown. I know you can't see that.
We have, it looks like Commander Wolf, Mother Talzin, R2-D2. Oh my goodness. And everyone's favorite Cody. I know there's someone who's really looking forward to that Cody one because he is the best of the best. And a set of the dice, the green and brown dice. So yeah, very exciting. Very, very exciting. So we will be doing the Shatterpoint giveaway stuff tomorrow. We're doing Adepticon giveaway stuff today. So we'll be doing that throughout the day as well. You are on the wrong stream for that,
Right.
Tater. You are on the wrong stream. That is over on Twitch. You should be multitasking and watching both streams at the same
Tabs
time.
open.
Yes, I know they need more
Resolving a
nodes.
move action.
So we're resolving a move action now.
Which will be a dash because he was engaged.
He was engaged. It'll be a dash. Again, we are in mission critical, so they are going to be after every round here going to be doing that. So trying to get a good push here of time. It looks like the players are moving with a fair amount of speed to make sure that everything's moving. Got the mission critical, scored 2 points. Okay, I know I'm not supposed to go and talk too much of the MCP world, but yes, Sandman does look amazing over on that side. Those grunts that he's getting, those sand grunts, look fantastic.
Awesome.
So, yes, I'm looking forward to all... Ooh, a Shatterpoint card coming down the pipe. Shatterpoint coming down the pipe here. So, yeah, looking... Shadow Collective would be amazing. I would love to see some Shadow Collective stuff. So, Darth... Wow, that was intense. Shatterpoint, so Shadow Collective, there's only, I think, one primary right now that has Shadow Collective. And so in the storyline, I don't know if you follow too much of the storyline of Darth Maul after he becomes Lord Maul and joins and creates the Shadow Collective.
Okay.
So did you watch a lot of the Clone Wars series?
No.
Shadowpoint CAD removing 2 damage.
Okay, so Shadowpoint CAD to remove 2 damage. So in that timeline, it basically, after his brother Savage Opress discovers him after he's been cut in half,
Yep, okay.
and brings him back.
Is this story time with Todd?
It's story time
It
with
is.
Todd.
We don't have a puppet though.
You don't.
Not yet.
So basically, what happened though is his brother brings him back, and under his vengeance to sit there and basically get revenge on everybody, especially Kenobi. That's who he's because
Okay.
Kenobi cut him in half.
Yeah.
He basically takes this collective of all of the organized crime organizations throughout the galaxy and unites them under him.
Okay.
And that becomes the Shadow Collective, and it's you see that,
Interesting.
yeah, and you see that basically in the Solo movie, where at the very end with that cameo, that's kind of like ties that all together.
Okay.
And but it's so funny because
Ran over to what is that called, Todd? What is that thing that the ingress point? What
okay,
is it?
so he runs over to the ladder because Albert likes ladders and I
ladder.
don't. Climbs up the ladder. It looks like he's going to go ahead and get face to face with the MagnaGuard over there. But yeah, so basically, that in the Solo movie, there's a little highlight of that. Oh no, Quincy's going off to work.
No.
We're gonna miss
How
you,
are
Quincy.
you going to get the giveaways if you go to work?
Well, you know what? So hopefully you'll be here tomorrow because we're doing more giveaways tomorrow. Gar Super Commandos have Shadow Collective tags too, I believe. Oh, they might. Yeah, you might be correct there. I was thinking of just primaries, but that would make sense that they would have that as well. I was thinking just primaries. Good catch, Curtis. Thank you for keeping me on track. But yeah, so basically though, there's not a lot of Shadow Collective in the game yet, and I think that would be a fun. Yeah, Super Commandos do have the Shadow Collective tag. You are correct. So yeah, I mean it would be fun to see them in the game for sure, and what they are to bring maybe something different into there.
Yeah.
Maybe some organized crime families or something like that. All right.
So using why don't you step aside?
They only have 15 minutes left. I don't think we can tell them, but they only have 15 minutes left. So it looks like, I think on clockwise, we only got about 15 minutes left. We're 15 minutes into that mission critical at this point in time. So it's, and basically the tiebreaker at this point in time is whoever ends up having the most objectives.
Okay.
As time is called. So basically what will happen is time will get called. The objective will be, they'll let whoever's the active player finish what they're doing.
Okay.
at the end of that, they'll figure out who has the most objectives. Whoever has the most objectives at that point in time is the winner.
They win the struggle.
If for some reason there's a tie, which there shouldn't be at this point because everybody owns all the points, so there shouldn't be a tie that way. But if there is, then we would go down to wounds inflicted. But at this point, it's really a matter of trying to get yourself in position to controlling all the points, because it's going to be. They are going in the tank. They are moving quickly. They're not thinking too overthinking or anything along those lines. But I don't see us getting to the point where we're going to finish this off unless someone is able to get all 4 points at some point in time and hold those for 2 activations. Is about all we can really do.
Ranged attack into Kalani because, of course, the MagnaGuards are still
MagnaGuard's still wounded, range attack. So, I mean, the one thing is CAD now does have that back point.
Okay.
If the MagnaGuards wake up, they do have a lot of pushes. And I'm not sure if they've already been activated or
There
not.
would be some movement, which would be really beneficial if you're trying to secure some of these points.
Correct. So it looks like 3 strikes, 4 expertise, and I believe that's going to be 2, if I'm correct, 2 critical successes on that tree there. Yeah, he's going to be 2 critical successes regardless of where he is, and it's a matter of whether it's a strike or a damage. Got the fist pound there. Got the dice in, but still, block's only 2, so you're looking at, I believe, it's going to be a range attack, so you're looking at 4 going through. 4 down the tree into Kalani. Kalani, I believe, is sitting, I don't know how much damage he is, only 4 down the tree. Don't know how much damage he has there, but on him right now, he does have a 10 stamina total. Doing 6 damage. 6 damage recover. So it looks like he needs no introduction side. And it looks like he's just trying to decide whether he wants to do the pin or the disarm.
Shove and a pin.
Shove and a pin. Okay.
All right.
And the recover is removing a damage. Cat's exposed should have already been gone.
Yep, removes damage. Or removes damage with his with that recover action off of Cat. So I think Kalani is still awake here. I don't think that put him to sleep.
And I really feel like that shove and pin, that's the way to go, especially as we are really running out of time and you want to secure as many objectives as you can just in case it doesn't end up going to the end of the struggle. Being able to move people and stick them down.
Right. So basically we scored 3 points there, moved back to his side, but again, it's looking for the key point. It is the point that now is controlled by Cad Bane. So looking at who's going to be activating here is going to be kind of, so he has to have Grievous still in reserve, trying to determine whether he's going to be using Grievous out of reserve or go for that card. Grievous is on the other side of the board, so it is kind of pulls the B2s. So the B2s wake back up. B2s wake back up. Going to remove all that damage from them that was on. Go ahead and flip from the to the injured side of their token. That is true. I mean,
it's out of range.
There is a little bit of an advantage. I mean, but at the same time, I don't know. There's a debate going back and forth on that system of the tiebreakers. I follow to the Fett. I will trust AMG to do what's right. I mean, if they feel that there's something not right there. I mean, and again, this is the first event where we're the first major event. I mean, they look at everything, so they're going to go ahead and take a step back and go, is this working? Is it not working? Do we need to make a tweak? That's always what they're going to end up doing. They're going to do what they need to create the game. They're very passionate about what they are creating. I mean, that's the feeling I get, especially with the conversation that I had with Will, and especially with Dallas. I mean, they're all very passionate about
for sure
what they are creating and what they are giving to the community. So with what's happened here, and I'm sure that there's the people talking about the different ways in which that this has gone about. I'm sure there's going to be talks that they have when they get back to the office up to Washington and start talking with one another.
Yep.
They'll sit there and look at what needs to be done and see if something needs to change, something doesn't need to change. But they're wanting. It goes really deep into what he was saying yesterday. They have a plan going so many years down the road that if they make a change here to fix the problem as it is now, or what is perceived to be the problem today, that might mess up something that's already going to print in a character or something that they have in the works. Yeah,
sure.
So they got to make sure that there's a lot of things that we don't know about that might the change that we think should be done might influence that in a way that isn't going to be beneficial for the game.
Sure. I will say though, from all the coverage I've done of MCP, like AMG is a company that when their fan base says this doesn't work, something needs to change, like they are very receptive to that kind of feedback. So, and I really feel like the players are they're the ones playing the game in all these different configurations and matchups. Like they're the ones who are going to be able to say without a doubt. And it's not like AMG didn't play test it, because that they did, but they're getting such more consistent data from the people who are out playing in the world. So
four failures there, unfortunately, on that attack.
Yeah.
Not the best. Oh, 3 failures on the defensive side as well. So they match their failures there, unfortunately. He is a very exciting player with these dice.
So excited. Much excited.
Yeah. Very excited because that turns into 3 blocks. So really only 1 success goes through after everything is said and done.
Woo!
Yeah, the Germans get excited over here.
Yes.
That was the Germans over on the Legion side. He was very excited about his win. The Germans. So yes, very exciting win for our German compatriot over there on the Legion side of the board. So congratulations to you, sir. But over here, the B2s are now making a move action, trying to do a little dance.
Make a little love.
Get down tonight. Get down tonight. Yeah.
It's less than 10 seconds, so it's not copyright infringement.
Well, thank you, Curtis. I did. It was the interviews that I did with the 2 of them was great. I love that. I mean, I wanted to give them the space to kind of express what they wanted to express, and I think that we got a little bit more insight into what the process is, because I think people aren't familiar. I don't think people are very familiar with the process as a whole of what goes into that dev process, and that's getting that a deeper look into it of like, here's what's going on. Oh, here comes the other Cole.
It's the Dan Cole. He's stealing my spot, y'all.
Is he? You're jumping in? Getting
see me.
I can't see. Where did you go? Oh my gosh. All right. The Coles are tagging out.
All right.
I'll see you guys later.
Bye, Danny.
Bye.
From a Danny to a Dan.
Hello.
Hi. So right now we only got about 7 minutes left in this round.
Wow. Danny's stealing stuff again.
Stealing all my toys. So we already have a winner for our Adepticon pin.
Ooh. Nice.
I know. Yeah, that looks like a Todd. Well, that's a pretty average roll, I guess. All right. So got a winner for. I think. What are we giving away next? So next, just to give a little hint here, a little preview.
Oh, a lot of cool stuff.
I do. So next stream.
10 minutes left.
Okay. Yeah, we're looking at 10 minutes left in the round here. So next round. Okay. Next round, we will be giving away a 10-pack of Adepticon dice. Some gray,
The silver metallic
silver
dice.
metallic Adepticon dice. These things are gorgeous. They got the Adepticon stamp on them. So we will be giving away those next round.
Yeah, they're real nice. The Adepticons on the 6, and the pips are like little hexagons.
Yeah.
They're not just circles, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I bought a set of these. Totally forgot till I looked at my badge and I was like, I got dice. Yeah, they're nice looking. It's a set of 10 there.
Yeah, beautiful dice. So we'll be giving those out next stream. Beef Dragon is pretty excited to see you, Dan.
Hi, Beef Dragon.
All right. Yeah, we're coming down to the wire here with just Jango jetpacks in.
So I went around, and I'm not sure how much you talked about this already, but I went around and scouted the tables, specifically looking for players that had Ewoks, because I want to see some Ewoks.
So the problem that we were running into is like they played Ewoks this round, which means next round they might not be playing them because it's a premier showdown. So
not a guarantee, but both the guys were like, "Yeah, I'm running Ewoks all day."
Okay.
Pretty much. So other people may have Ewoks that just weren't out that game.
Exactly.
But I found two right next to each other. Hi, Hispanic potato. I'm a potato.
That's Tater. Yep, he's one of my locals. We love us some Tater.
I like your eyes. You can't even see him though. I squint a lot.
All right, so big attack coming out here. 3 expertise again on that. So 2 blocks. That expertise will probably turn into a block as well.
I like the color scheme on this table a lot.
I know.
Grungy, nasty feel.
So only one's going to go through just the crit here. Yeah, so basically I think they did like 6 different paint schemes for all the terrain. And this one, we went through yesterday and kind of scouted out, this is the main event that we wanted to have a really fun table, and this was the one that we settled on to have on stream today.
Nice.
So I think, and then we have another one already picked out for tomorrow. So we're going to.
There's some real cool looking ones out there.
Yes,
I like that there's enough that we can switch it up every day and have some variety for people.
Right, exactly. We were thinking about doing it switching at least once a day, but oh my goodness, it's just too much to set up the terrain and get it all set, and we want to make sure that it's competitively spaced out.
Yeah.
So it takes our setup time for the table was about 45 minutes to really get everything measured out and placed exactly how we think it should be placed for the event itself.
Oh wow. Well, what's nice is that the event team comes over and grabs it all and brings it over. It's a lot to carry.
But they do. I mean, the judges. I mean, we're all still new to the community, so they're still kind of leaning into us, saying, "Hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that?" Wanting to make sure that, they're getting these set up exactly the best way that's possible. So, because the terrain is a very important part of the game.
Well, we always say terrain's a character too, right?
Exactly.
It influences a lot in this game, especially with the elevations. I love the verticality of this game.
Correct.
And how different it is looking around at different tables, and just how tall some of these pieces are. You got those 3-level ones are probably a foot tall.
Right.
And it looks awesome.
Right. Very, very cool. I love the different elevations that we have. It adds such a dynamic piece to this game, and they were so well painted. I was telling your wife, the other half there, the final form, as we like to call her here.
Dan's final form.
So we have, as we were talking before, it's just the amount of work that the team that put this painting together. I've met multiple painters that were part of putting this terrain together and getting this terrain set up, and it was a labor of love that they really did an amazing job on.
Yeah, AMG was awesome to prep all the terrain for this. They said they gave us a ton of tables for MCP too.
Yep.
Because they have a lot of the con exclusive stuff, like the Wakanda and Danger Room mats that aren't for sale or anything. We have a bunch of these for Star Wars as well that are con exclusives that just look awesome, and they did a great job with it, matching the schemes to the mats and everything, and we really appreciate how much they are supporting the community like this.
Without a doubt, yeah. They are really, this is the showcase event for them, and they really come out and give and want to showcase everything that they have to offer as a company, and I think they knock it out of the park with all of the different terrain, all of the mats, all of the prize wall was great. I think a lot of what people were looking for as far as prizes, like more foil cards, the custom dice, the acrylic tokens. We didn't get any acrylic tokens yes, but we got the cool acrylic rangefinders.
Because people like the accessories. They've learned from other companies' mistakes where people, you don't want convention exclusive models that have their own rules, because then it becomes more like pay to win. like variant, like I like Legion does like variants of existing models,
Yes.
or they used to at least as con exclusives. I guess they still did. They did it recently with Vader and Luke, I think last year. But they were just alternate models for rules in the game. It wasn't like you could only get this model with these rules at the convention, because that makes a lot of feel bad moments.
Exactly.
But having cool accessories like dice and templates and foil cards, like everybody likes that stuff.
Everybody does.
Because people want to customize their set, right, to fit them. And it's like, if you'd rather use these dope acrylic ones instead of the ones that came in the core box.
And who are we
Now you
attacking
can.
into? Aubrey, who are we attacking into?
Kalani is attacking Fett.
And Kalani is attacking into CAD here. So
Oh, these are acrylic too.
those are acrylic too. Dan's squirreling away over here. I love it.
Are
So
they
yeah,
magnetized?
looks like they might be magnetized. Yeah, they're magnetized as well.
That's cool.
So yeah, it looks like we got Kalani attacking into CAD. I think they're trying to flip that point at this point in time.
Do it.
We only have 5 minutes left, basically. at this
Yeah, it might
point.
come down to tiebreakers again.
I
looks
think
like.
so. I think we're going to be doing that.
Where are we at for
4
objectives right now?
It is really. We'll find out here. I think we'll get a better idea here.
It's tough to jump in here. I'm not sure what's going on.
All right, so
Is
one
this
crit,
third
two-
struggle or second?
This is third. Oh, those
That's so
failures.
many failures. Yahtzee. Not in a good way.
Not in a good way at all. So one blank, or one block, 2 blocks basically is what that's going to turn into, because it is CAD, and he was on his needs no introduction side. So 1 did turn into 2.
Outrider Dan, I don't know about the Shatterpoint ones yet. I know the Adepticon ones for MCP last year were like a millimeter short. But I don't know, they look awesome. So local, casual games, who cares about a millimeter? But yeah, 5 millimeters is a big difference.
So 6 damage. Really what we're looking for is probably 2 shoves.
Often that's all you need. Get
Yeah,
off
so
that point.
no, so it didn't get the shoves on that because it is Kalani, so I don't believe Kalani has enough there. So basically, yeah, so it's going to be an expose. I should have had a shove in there.
Yeah, it's only 2 successes for that. Looks like 4 went through. Not
Is
enough
it-
for a second shove.
Oh, I see what he's doing. The 1 shove's going to be enough because he's going to get the reposition.
Reposition is so good.
Yeah.
Network's gonna be able to switch.
So it's 3 or 4 successes. 4. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, tactical network
Yeah, and he went down for the explosion.
is nice.
Oh, he went down for the expose.
Oh, okay.
Right? 4 successes.
Okay. Yeah. No, I get it. I was just okay. Yeah. I was like, so basically, it was a total of 6 damage, a shove, and expose. He didn't go down the middle way to do the reposition, and he has the tactical network now.
I don't know, with 5 minutes left, I feel like.
Well,
Whatever.
they're at 2 right now. This is depending on if he activates before this is over.
It's gonna be close.
Cat is wounded.
So CAD's wounded, so that's going to be important there.
So that's another momentum.
There's another momentum. You're going to get another momentum for the 1, 2, 3. I don't know where the main point is. Yeah.
Kalani's hopping over that.
Oh, Kalani hops over there.
I want to see a tactical choice. I want to see.
Moves 3, gets his momentum. But still, so basically, this is going to be the last activation of the round, basically here. So depending on what happens is really going to dictate it.
It's so close, 1 point away from just wrapping it all up.
Yeah. So that I figured we just hit it. So this is going to be the last activation, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be time in the round. This is going to be time in the round. He gets this activation. So let him know. We might need you to come back just in case, because this is going to be a tiebreaker situation.
Let me get my rule book just in case.
Yep.
I'll be right back.
Thank you. So I'm going to make sure the judge is coming back because this is going to be a tiebreaker situation. So they're going to get their rule book. So make sure that they have presenting all of the rules as they are to the opponent.
Right. Having it in black and white, right, that there's no chance for miscommunication or arguing or anything.
Yeah, we want to make sure, I mean, especially at this caliber of an event. This is the main event. This is the big event. We want to make sure that here is how they won. Here is what is going to cause that particular person to win or not win this game.
Right. It's not always about the finals game. Like, you want to make sure you're getting it right the whole way through.
Correct. I mean, let's get off to the right track. Let's make sure everything is correct here.
Yeah. And as a player, I would appreciate that too. Like, I want to make sure this is right.
Exactly.
I'm a rules guy, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I mean, even in like the local events that we run, you want to make sure that you have your rule book there so you can go, here's where it is. If you can't find the rule and there's something you have to go to the rules form, here's where it is on the rules form, and here's where we find, you know, that particular one. So yeah.
Let's see, Luminara's doing some maneuvering, trying to get one more objective here. I'm not sure exactly how many each side have at the moment. I know Kalani just flipped one at the end of their turn.
Yeah, it looks like some of the players are starting to pull their rule books out right now just to try and get that as well.
Good old double check.
Right. So go ahead and just let them finish playing. They'll figure it out. That is correct. That is correct. That is the
that's the first tiebreaker.
That's the first tiebreaker. But again, we want to make sure that we have the judge staff here in order to convey that in case there is any disputes or any concerns over that, Daniel. So basically, we're just wanting to make sure that everyone is on the same page and all of the information is being accurately disseminated to both parties.
Right, and make sure there's consistency in that. As some people were saying yesterday, there's a little bit, people thought they knew the rule, they weren't double checking it, and we're doing a little bit wrong having it be most wounds first.
Yes.
But it's most objectives held at the end is the first tiebreaker.
All right, so 3 blocks there. So he's going to block those three strikes that went through. The expertise is going to turn into another crit. So we're going 2 down the tree here. And a strike. This was, I believe, from Lumi. Lumi was doing this attack.
Lumi. So 3, she's repositioned in a damage.
Well, if she's on the top, I'm not sure if she's on the top. I mean, that's probably where she wants to be, is on this side. That way she was getting 2 shoves.
I mean, that's your more aggressive side, so last activation, there's no reason not to be on that side.
Yeah, so she'll reposition and a shove. So it was only 2 successes. Reposition, shove. I think that's going to get her in a pretty good spot, though, to maybe flip a point if needed.
I'm gonna wild guess if she flips that point, that'll probably make it their game then.
Yeah. Well, you're going to get a momentum. You're going to score. I don't know if she wounded anybody. 1, 2.
Oh, there's the other objective. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like he's got it here on his closer one.
Yeah, the one on the bottom right down here.
Because I know Kalani just flipped the top right.
Kalani flipped the top right. I don't know who exactly has the bottom left.
Checking range for precise.
That's red. Let's see which that one is.
I don't see a token. Oh,
yeah.
Well, Aurra looks too far.
Yeah, pretty hard to see, unfortunately, with any.
This dude might be in range. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a rough one.
We'll get official in a moment as they wrap up this activation.
Yeah, it's really. I don't see for the top right. It might be underneath that gantry, so we just can't see where that one is. This is red. This is red.
And is red our right player?
Red is our right player, so unless he flips this point or this point, I think our player on the right is going to end up winning.
Yeah. So if he manages to flip the bottom, then it'll either be tied or left player's game. Sorry I didn't get names.
Yeah.
final tally. Moving the struggle token, that doesn't matter too much. It comes down to who has more objectives. Looks like red player, right side. Right? Anyone?
Who has the most objectives?
All right. So
Who had the most objectives?
what was it? Grievous and
Grievous and Maul?
Grievous and Maul have the win here. Our player on the right side has 2 objectives. Luminara wasn't able quite to flip that.
Yeah, that was so. Basically, that's going to be Chris Labanca. He's going to be our winner of pairs because he has the 2 struggles or the two objectives. I'm going to do a quick double check.
Sounds good. All right.
Okay, no.
Oh,
Okay.
we were wrong.
Okay, so
Left guy on the left.
Yeah, so
Was it Logan.
So Logan actually has the 2 objectives and ends up getting the win on that one. So that was down to the wire. Down to the wire, without a doubt. Yeah, so amazing games by both guys there. And thank you for watching our coverage of round 1 of the Premier Showdown event at Adepticon 2024. Congratulations to Logan winning with his Cad Bane Luminara Unduly list. We will continue to have coverage available on our website here or on YouTube here. Please continue to watch for all coverage of Adepticon 2024.